G'day, Obi here for Power TV and Toowoomba Rugby League and Queensland Rugby League, and we're here at the launch of the season for the 100-year celebrations, and it's a pleasure to have the chairman of the Toowoomba Rugby League, Brian Gilroy. You've been looking forward to this year for a while now, haven't you, Brian?
Yeah, we have actually, since I sort of became chairman, that we've been talking about it. That's 3 or 4 years, and now it's getting a bit closer, so yeah, it's getting a bit real, and no, it's something to look forward to. I think it's a real opportunity for us to celebrate a lot of really good stuff that's happened in 100 years in Toowoomba Rugby League.
And look, you've left no stone unturned the last year, and your preparation shows in the itinerary that's coming in next season. Launcher of a book, you've got the season starting proper where we're at Warwick for the curtain raises there. Tell us what's happening in the ensuing month or two.
Yeah, our first time on the field will be in February 16th next year. The Broncos are playing a trial match at Warwick, and we're playing the two curtain raisers.
Yep.
It's the Toowoomba Clydesdale representative sides against West from Brisbane, which is coincidentally a game that was played in 1919 when West came to Toowoomba to play in our first year in operation. So that's that.
And then the week after is the All-Star game, TRL Stars versus the Southeast Emus. That's on again. What a fantastic game that was last year.
Great game last year. The year before was a pretty good game too. Look, so it's good footy. The Indigenous boys are very passionate about their Emu jersey and that sort of stuff. And our boys are there from the TRL. They're trying to make representative sides. So it's a good fixture. So it's on February 23 at Clyde Berghofer Stadium. There's also a women's game, and there's an under-18 game and under-16 game. So it should be a good day of footy for everyone to kick the season off.
And we're into the season proper. And have you got a function on that first weekend where the foundation clubs, Valleys and Brothers, are going to be playing?
Yeah. We know quite accurately that the Toowoomba Rugby League was formed on the 24th of March 1919, and that of course is the Sunday of the first weekend of our fixtures. We're having a function at Cobb & Co Museum, a birthday party if you like, on Friday night, and then on the Sunday or Saturday, I can't remember now, our brothers are playing Valleys.
Yeah, that's the Saturday.
The Saturday game. I'm also toying with it, maybe starting the season if we're looking at Newtown perhaps joining the competition, and I'm toying with the idea of maybe having a Thursday night game.
Oh, that'd be great.
Launch the season with Newtown playing. So that was just a few thoughts going around our head.
And another exciting thing's happening. Anzac Day we see on the list this year. That's been a idea of yours for a couple of seasons now, hasn't it?
It has. We have talked about it, and this year it fell pretty coincidentally. It's a Thursday.
Yep. Close
to a weekend, so it's also the week after Easter. So no one's having to back up from the week before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sort of ideally fell this year for us, and Gatton and Pittsworth both put their hands up, said they have a big presence on Anzac Day in both their communities, so they were very keen to run those games. So there's going to be 2 rounds of fixtures on the Thursday on the 25th, obviously.
And there's a book coming out as well. When's that book launch, Brian, that I know that you've been heavily involved with?
Yeah, I'm still working on it, Oves, and I'm hoping to launch it at the very first function in March.
All very exciting. Now, I know that you are a really huge historian, Brian. What's your favourite piece that? I know you probably have a few, but what really sticks in mind for you after you've done all this research?
I think the 1924-25 side. It was really. Toowoomba almost peaked in 1925, and I'm not saying that it's all downhill from there, but they peaked there. We had a side here in 1924 and 1925 that didn't lose a game. They beat England, they beat New South Wales, they beat South Sydney, they beat Ipswich, Brisbane. They won lots of games, and out of that team, I think 6 were in the Australian top 100 players, and of those 6, 4 made the Queensland best 17, so out of one little in a community at the time which was probably 25,000.
Wow!
So that's a highlight. In my time here, I think the 1996 Queensland Cup win was a really big thing, in the time that I've been here.
And 2001. What my favourite time is when Barry Muir came up here in the late 60s or the mid 60s,
yeah.
And this was the place to come because everyone wanted to come and play under Duncan Thompson, wasn't it?
They did, yes, and I think if you're looking for a spark for Toowoomba, I think the arrival in town of Duncan Thompson was a real key to the next 40 years of Toowoomba football almost.
Yeah,
and it came here quite coincidentally with a bit of serendipity actually. Yeah.
And Mats and Rasmussen weekend, that's the dinner, the 100-year formal dinner, isn't it?
Yeah, having a formal dinner at which we're looking to start our, which we should have had probably, start our Hall of Fame.
Yep.
We're looking to probably induct 5 that night. Also looking at maybe having a local legends type thing where each clubs will be able to nominate not so much players who achieved on the field, but maybe good workers off the paddock, good loyal players who played 20 years for the club, and those sorts of players who mightn't come into consideration in terms of their playing record, but who really made a valuable contribution to a club, and every club's got them, as you get around the place, because you talk to a lot of them.
Yeah, well, me personally, I think when Valleys play Brothers in that first round, it's going to be a very proud moment for the whole rugby league community.
I think so too, and of course both those clubs are having their own celebrations as well.
Yes, Valleys and Brothers later on in the year.
Valleys, and I think it's May 11 or something around there, and they're having a big function at the Clive Burkhofer Centre at the university.
Over here for Power TV and QRL and TRL chairman. We're at the 100-year Toowoomba Rugby League celebration launch, and with us is the president of one of the foundation clubs in Toowoomba, and that is Brothers Pat Johnson. And first of all, Pat, congratulations on being president this year for what is a very historical time for you this year.
Thank you very much, mate. I'm really looking forward to the challenge of being president. It's a new field for me in administration, being sports trainer for 20 odd years. So no, I'm really looking forward to it, and it's probably a bigger challenge than normal coming in.
Andrew O'Brien reporting for Power TV and TRL and QRL Media, and we're here at the 100-year celebrations for the upcoming season 2019 for Toowoomba Rugby League, and we had the pleasure of having the 2018 Premiership winning coach in Brett Seymour, mate. And look, have you got over the season from last year?
Yeah, well and truly. It's obviously we're sort of focusing now on 2019 and the centenary, everything that's going to go into that. It's going to be a huge year for the club, for the TRL itself, and we'll be making a big deal of the past players and the present ones, and what goes into the makings of being a centenary club. Yeah,
I was just speaking to President Pat Johnson from fellow Foundation Club Brothers, and you're going to have a 100-year celebration dinner. Is that in May?
Yes, I can't. Yeah, there's definitely one coming up, and if you are aware or you listen to this, make contact with Liz Mason. She's the one that's run the show. So. But it's going to be a huge one. I think it's out at the university. We're going to have it. We don't have enough seating anywhere else, and it's a very proud club ours is, and probably a reason that we got over the line last year was just that proud heritage that we do have.
I think it was your belief in the end. Once we sit back and have a look at September last year, I think it was just your belief, and let's keep it simple.
Yeah, well, belief comes from somewhere, and maybe the gods were looking on us, but
I've got to say it's nice to reflect back, and I suppose everyone who's won a premiership, you don't want to have a hangover, but you can still smile looking back at what a fantastic win for you,
mate. It was huge. Yeah, we put a lot into it, and for a bloke like Jason Sharp, who got injured 8 weeks out with a broken foot, his goes 5 generations back. His whatever it is, great granddad was the first ever captain of Valleys.
Oh, that's fantastic. What I thought is young blokes like Richard Murray and Zach Miles just epitomised the culture you had last year. Yeah,
it was huge. Yeah, but these kids, they're learning from the older ones, and we would love to have them back. I think Richard's a chance of going down to the Mustang setup, so that might be good for him. And Zach, we're going to have him back next year, and we're hoping to keep the nucleus of what we had. And sometimes it's hard to with work and whatnot, but we'll be there
So a lot to celebrate this year, but congratulations, you've been announced as coach of the Southwest Emus coach for the All-Star game. I think it's the 24th of February. You must be very thrilled about that, Brett.
Yeah, I am actually. It's only recently found out about my heritage, and this sort of means a fair bit. Like it's what's inside you, and it's a great weekend. I know last year it tied into the NRL trial, but this year it's just a standalone. So
yep.
I think there'll be more support from Toowoomba people. Just love a good hard game of footy, and that's what it'll be. And it's played in good spirit, and everyone's proud to be there, and it's just a great event for Toowoomba itself.
And then on to the 2019 season. Started training already?
Yeah, we've started. We haven't had big numbers, but there's blokes doing their own thing.
Yep.
And we're just just trying to focus on getting a side together and getting everyone sorted for the new year.
What I learnt last year is blokes like yourself and Corey Blades and other guys didn't sort of play until the second round, and I think there's some kudos in that, and you learn from that. But it's a different story the next season, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we know that Corey's going to come back, McGrady. That is, not Bladesy.
Yep.
But we're going to add a couple more. I think we've got some that we're working away, and they're going to come back. And we're just looking to enjoy and hopefully harness everything in the right direction off what's going to be a great year.
All right, well, we'll see you through our pre-season review next month. All the best for 2019, and congratulations.
Cheers,
on that coach, mate.
You're looking well, buddy.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thanks. Half the man I used to be.
Awesome,
is that right?
mate. Cheers,
all right,
mate.
well done. Hey guys, Obi here from the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show, and also our Obi and Cookie crew team. They're all back next year. We're looking forward to the 2019 Toowoomba Rugby League season in its 100th year of celebration, and that's going to be absolutely fantastic. We've got a lot of surprises for you, a lot of new segments and everything, blast from the past. We'll speak to a lot of players from the past as well, and we're looking forward to kicking off in mid-February with the Obi and Cookie Call, and then probably in March for the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show. On behalf of the team at the Toowoomba Rugby League Show and the Obi and Cookie Call, we wish you all the best for Merry Christmas. I know sometimes Christmas is not a good time for a lot of people, given my Men of League Foundation connections. We wish them the best over this festive period. But from all of us at the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show and the Obi and Cookie Call, have a great time, and we'll see you next season.